Parents are growing frustrated over contact tracing protocols, saying conflicting messages and decisions over who quarantines just don't make sense. ABC 27's Jada Williams is at the Leon County Department of Health. And Jada, what is the best way to handle questions about the process?
Leon County Schools says you should start with your child's principal. Any questions or concerns that you have is best answered by them.
We got our first phone call from the school telling us that one of my kids had been in close contact with somebody 4 days prior.
A frustrating call for Heather Rosenberg, hearing about her child's COVID exposure days later.
The whole idea of the contact tracing and the whole mechanism of the contacts and the quarantine, they're not effective and they're not working.
Frustration that's felt even within the school system.
It's important to know we're all parents out here that are implementing these protocols too. I've had to go through it with both of my little boys, and I know that the superintendent and other staff have had to go through this multiple times.
There's two sides to contact tracing. It begins with your child's school. Each principal calls to alert parents of an exposure. The schools follow a strict seating chart to make sure it's easier on them to keep up with interactions during the day.
Now, they're not going to necessarily call a parent of the positive student to ask that student and that parent who they were around. They are really looking to that seating chart, and they work with the teacher to identify students that have to go through the exposure list.
The Department of Health is second to get involved, but its role is more clerical, dealing more with the bigger picture.
The health department is overrun with all of the positives and all the exposures throughout the entire county. Our schools deal with what's going on inside our building.
Now LCS is giving schools $10,000 to make contact tracing easier.
The parents that listening to this will vouch for that they're getting a phone call sometimes on Saturdays and Sundays from their school principal. And our principals are just overrun with everything that they need to do to keep the school running. So what we've provided is funding for those schools to pay an hourly rate to maybe someone that's already on their school campus that it can add some extra hours, or to hire someone hourly to come in and help with notifying the parents.
And for parents wondering when day one is for quarantine, Leon County Schools says that it starts the day you alert the school. Reporting in Tallahassee, Jada Williams, ABC 27.